Wait till the pipes stop. Thank you, Liz. Not Liz. Thank you, Jennifer. So, welcome everyone to the inaugural meeting of Council 2018-2022 for the Municipality of Kincardine. I'm Donna McDougall, Clerk of the Municipality, and the first item of business this evening is for Council members to take their declaration of office in accordance with the Municipal Act and the form established by the Ministry of Municipal Affairs. We will commence with Mayor Ann Eady. So, Mayor, if you'd come to the podium with me. There's your declaration.
I, Ann Eady, having been elected or appointed to the office of mayor in the municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Marie Wilson.
I, Marie Wilson, having been elected or appointed to the office of Deputy Mayor in the municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Doug Kennedy.
I, Doug Kennedy, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor at Large of the Municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath. Okay. Thanks.
Councillor Laura Haight.
I, Laura Haight, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor at Large in the Municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you, John.
Councillor Dave Kyler.
I, Dave Kyler, having been elected or appointed to the office of the Councillor at Large in the Municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Maureen Couture.
I, Maureen Couture, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor Ward 1 in the Municipality of the Kincardine, Municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Bill Stewart. We saved the best for last.
Ditto? Is that what you're supposed to do? Just ditto? Sorry, shouldn't have any humor. I, Bill Stewart, have been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in Ward 2 in the municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. I'll disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. I make the solemnly promise and declaration conscientiously believing it will be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Councillor Randy Ropel.
I, Randy Rupel, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor, Ward 3 in the municipality of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is in the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you.
In accordance with Section 231 of the Municipal Act, a new council of a municipality shall be deemed to be organized after a regular election when the declarations of office under Section 232 have been made by a sufficient number of members to form a quorum. Thus, the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine is now deemed to be organized. It is my pleasure to turn the chair over to Mary Ann Needy.
So now I would like to welcome Reverend Gordon Dunbar to give the invocation.
There. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the land. For thousands of years, First Nations peoples have walked this land, weaving their identity and their spirituality intimately with the land. European colonization came about in part because of the doctrine of discovery, a flawed understanding that ignores Indigenous presence on the land. Affirming the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous Peoples, and therefore repudiating the wrong of such a doctrine. We begin our time together this afternoon by acknowledging the unceded territory of the Chippewas of Nawash First Nation, the Saugeen Ojibwe, and more recently, the Saugeen Métis. We are all treaty people, parties to the Upper Canada, Haldimand, Huron, and Niagara treaties. Keep us mindful of the covenants that have been made and broken with First Nations peoples. May we grow into living with respect on this land, walking into reconciliation through peace and friendship with all who live and work on it. Let's join together as one in prayer. God of love and of new beginnings, we gather to honor those among us who have been elected to serve. May you continue to nourish our heritage roots of 2 townships and 1 town, previously woven together into what we now call the Municipality of Kincardine, blessing with great energy not just the mayor, the deputy mayor, and the councillors, but the skilled and talented staff who support them. May you give them a passion for initiative and for innovation, while blessing them with the balance of wisdom. May you weave them together as one to work collaboratively for the people of our community, while blessing them with the restorative healing of sun, wind, and water of your good creation. Equip us all, we pray, to serve with integrity and with grace. Amen.
Thank you very much. So next, the members of the 2018 to 22 Council will give their inaugural addresses, and I'm going first. Okay. So, fellow members of council, our municipal staff, I'm so pleased to see so many out tonight, and members of the media, our fellow guests present here tonight, and to all our Municipality of Kincardine residents and taxpayers. It truly is an honor and a privilege for me to serve all of you as mayor in the Municipality of Kincardine. As I've said before, I promise to work to the best of my ability for you in my dual role as mayor of the Municipality of Kincardine and as councillor for the County of Bruce. Wherever I go, I am always proud to tell everyone about all the unique features of our beautiful municipality. In reality, though, I always say the number one feature of our municipality is our people. We have people whose families have lived here for generations, many with agricultural roots. We have people from all over the world who have come here seeking work in the nuclear industry over the past several decades. This amazing blend of people has enriched many facets of our lives and has resulted in much diversity and expertise in our arts, culture, recreation, and business communities. In addition, our many volunteers are dedicated to carrying on our Bruce County traditions and creating new ones. Our wonderful Santa Claus Parade last Saturday night is an example of how our businesses and volunteers cooperate to bring people in the area to celebrate and support each other. The 2018 Kincardine Reunion is another example of our strong community spirit, and we are looking forward in 2019 to supporting and enjoying the Tiverton Reunion. So I sense a lot of enthusiasm among our first-time council members. Of course, our long-time council members have lots of enthusiasm as well, or they wouldn't have returned. But I'd like to especially congratulate our first-time council members. I think we have a good team, and you will really enjoy the experience. So welcome to municipal life, where you can make a difference in the direction and progress of our whole municipality. As a new council, we are very fortunate to be elected during this exciting time of economic growth in the Municipality of Kincardine. New nuclear supply chain companies, as well as other businesses, are opening or expanding offices and production facilities on a regular basis. We've been busy going to ribbon cuttings and celebrations for businesses. More and more retirees have discovered the beauty of our area, and after selling their city homes are choosing to live here. While any community desires growth and increased prosperity, our challenge as a council and staff will be to facilitate, finance, and support that growth. Under the direction of the previous council, we are getting organized to go through a new strategic plan process to help guide us over the next term and beyond. However, we need to immediately deal with our goals and priorities for the 2019 budget. As a new council, we have had excellent feedback from our residents and ratepayers on important issues during the recent election campaign. It's always a two-way process. We need to take that feedback and come together using our collective experience and intelligence to create the best path forward for 2019 and the rest of the term. So lively discussions among council members go hand in hand with making good decisions and are crucial for the democratic process. The key is to respect each other as duly elected members of council and act in the best interests of the whole municipality. A big plus for us as council members are our employees. We have our dedicated and knowledgeable staff who can assist us and carry out daily operations. And we rely heavily on them, especially certain times. We just do not have the time for daily operations compared to staff. Communication is a priority with me, whether it is by email, phone, or in person. If anyone needs to talk to me in person, you can contact the CAO staff to schedule a time, and any councillors as well. In order to accommodate ratepayers in the northern part of our municipality, I will continue to have a regular time once a month at the Underwood office to hear ratepayers' concerns. So, what do we as members of council hope to accomplish over this 4-year term? How quickly can we complete a new strategic plan? Will we expand our infrastructure at 9 and 21 Business Park? Will we build a new combined library and community center in Tiverton? Will we improve some rural roads? Will we work with our partners to complete the KIP Trail? The list is endless. Let's hear everyone's ideas and priorities now or shortly in the future. All of us want the best for the municipality of Kincardine. As I've said many times before, let's promote the positive. In closing, here's a quote for our new council and staff to consider in our collective overall vision. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. By Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thank you. So next I'm going to invite our Deputy Mayor Marie Wilson to come up.
Well, good evening, everybody here this evening, and also everybody at home that's watching. Before I say anything else, I really need to say thanks for this very exciting opportunity to serve this very special and unique community. I am just so honored and so humbled by the support, the confidence, and the trust that you have placed in me, and you can absolutely count on me that I will work as hard as I can to be an effective deputy mayor on behalf of the entire municipality of Kincardine. I also want to extend thanks to my husband, Ken Battler, and I know he's saying, oh God, please don't mention my name, and other family members and friends who helped me so much throughout my campaign. I really couldn't have got through it without their help, and I truly appreciate everything that all of you did for me. So I want to extend congratulations to everybody that is sitting around the table this evening. I just look out at the immense experience. I mean, the depth is incredible, and we have some new perspectives and skill sets that all of this combined is really going to bode well for our municipality as we move forward. And I'm also looking forward to learning from and working with staff, very capable, very talented staff who have already provided us with so much encouragement and help through different exercises, and also while we've been going through orientation and onboarding. So thank you to all of you for your help and assistance. So I really just have 3 quick points that I want to deliver this evening, and I will try to be brief. First, I couldn't help it, Liz. First, I spoke with many citizens throughout the campaign about many different issues and subjects, and I just want to assure all of you that these things have not been forgotten. I did write everything down. Some appear to be fairly easy fixes, and in my opinion, probably short term. Others are much more major and over the long term. But regardless of your concern or the comments and questions that you made, please be assured that they will be documented, or they are documented already, but they will be forwarded to the appropriate person. And if you want to touch base with me, I can let you know where we're going with them and where they are. So my second point is around economic development, which Anne mentioned. I ran on this, and when I look back in 4 years, I'm really hoping that I can say that through its strategic planning, its innovative vision, and through measurable results, that this council has been a champion of economic development. I believe we are truly at a crossroads, an opportunity. It's not knocking on our door, it's pounding. And we need to take advantage of these opportunities, not only on behalf of present generations, but also on behalf of future generations and future sustainability, which is very, very important. So the time is now, and if we're going to be competitive, we need to build and expand on some of the excellent work that was initiated by our last council, and we owe them a lot. And I think about things such as the South Bruce Natural Gas Project, the work that's been done on extension of services to development lands, and look at how we are working towards strategically positioning our municipality with respect to optimizing the benefits that are associated with the Major Component Replacement Project, otherwise known as MCR, that's going on at the Bruce site. And there are many, many more opportunities that have not been tapped. Lots of potential. But I also have to say, I heard from some ratepayers who, you know, they want to hold the line on taxes. So, all right, Bill. So anyway, of course it goes without saying that economic development cannot take place in a fiscally irresponsible manner that burdens taxpayers. We are going to have to be creative, and we are going to have to find the proper balance between moving forward and being fiscally responsible. And I think this is going to be a challenge, and I think it's a challenge which we're going to be faced with very soon. But I don't believe any of us here are new to challenges. And finally, I just want to discuss communication a little bit. I believe we are here strictly by the grace of those who voted for us, and we're here to serve the public. And I personally would like to have an open door policy. People want to email me, phone me, meet with me face to face, more than happy to do that. And there's contact information, or will be on the municipal website. So I think we really need to hear what people are thinking of the progress that we're making. Are we hitting the mark? Do we need to course correct? And it'd be much nicer to hear some of those things coming in now. And if you have something positive, that's always welcome too. It doesn't have to be negative. But it'd be better to hear it now than in 4 years' time. So anyway, again, thank you very much.
Mr. Doug Kennedy.
Okay, it's an honor to be here. I must say, you know, looking back at the last 30 years living here, I didn't envision this, but I look forward to working with the people around this table. I really believe we'll be judged at the end of 4 years, how we work together. Wants and needs in a municipality are the toughest thing, being on committees, that we have to distinguish what is really important for the future. Young families, you know, we have so many young families in our municipality. That's why I just think that the recreation plan and different plans are so important going forward, to be able to look after those young families down the road. Manager of a business for the last 30 years has kind of let me live non-affordable housing. I get to deal with those people on the struggle to pay their rent on a monthly basis, and I really believe that we have to think outside the box as a municipality. I see blended housing, different operations going around all around us, and I think we have some catching up to do. Like I said, it's an honor to be here. I hope to be a positive influence on the future of this municipality in the next 4 years. Just in closing, a good friend of mine, a really good town employee, Ron Bolton, passed away last Wednesday. And one thing, you know, dealing with Ticker, as he's mostly known as, was I could never get a deal out of that guy. I'm not saying I could get one out of Karen either, but I always told him he had a stamp on his butt, which and you know, he cared so much about this municipality, and I wouldn't mind if we just give him a moment's silence. Thank you. Okay.
Councillor Laura Haight.
I'm going to be exceedingly brief and say congratulations to everybody. Tonight is about aspirational goals, and I hope we can keep that mood set in mind as we progress along this interesting path together for the next 4 years. I too would like to thank Ken Battler for keeping Ken Corbett company at all candidates meetings. But to my husband Ken and my kids, Mitch and Sam, you couldn't do it without them, and the support of your family will become exceedingly important for those of you who are new to council, so rely on them at every opportunity. Good luck, everyone. I look forward to the next 4 years together.
Councillor Kyler. Councillor Dave Kyler.
Well, if Laura thought she was going to be brief, I'm going to be even quicker. I didn't prepare anything to say. I am honored to be here. I thank everyone that supported me. I am looking forward to working with everyone. I think I've scared a few people being here. But there are things that need to be done, and hopefully we can do them. I don't have any particular aim right now. I want to sit down and get facts and see what we can do with what we have. So on that note, I'd like to thank my wife for her support. She's a little under the weather, so she's not here tonight. She was quite disappointed. And anyway, let's give them hell in the next 4 years. Eh? Thank you.
So Councillor Maureen Couture.
I too do not have a long speech or anything terribly prepared. I'm just jotting some notes. Everyone has spoken so well. Very little left to say. I do congratulate everyone, and I'm really, really looking forward to working with all of you. I'd like to thank Reverend Dunbar and Jennifer Farrell, who piped us in. I think there's some interesting times ahead. We have development challenges. We have housing challenges. Totally agree with what has been said so far on that. However, I'm not the least bit concerned or worried about it because we have the best staff in any municipality in the province of Ontario or even wider. We have volunteers that never stop. We couldn't do what we do without the volunteers that we have, and I'd like us to keep supporting them and encouraging them and thanking them. While I was elected in Ward 1, I am absolutely committed to working to serve the whole municipality with fairness to all. We do have our challenges, affordable housing, reasonable taxes, and so on. There are methods of paying for development that aren't necessarily a current burden to municipality or to municipal taxpayers, but to future development. So that's a tool we should use to its fullest. We have just finished commissioning a study from somebody or a firm that knows how to do this, and I'm really looking forward to getting that report. Again, I just thank everybody for your support, continued support. This is my 4th term. Every single term I have learned something, lots, and I am really looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
So I'll reverse 2 and 3 this time. Councillor Randy Ropel.
Yeah, Bill wouldn't listen to me when the first round, so it's get even. First of all, from my perspective, it's always been an honor and a privilege to serve the people that put me in office. For that, I am very grateful. And I've never done, to be quite honest with you. my next little ditty here. You notice my speech, pretty good. I said to Laura, you can always tell the newbies, they come with a great big speech. The old timers, they got a few notes, and not that we're any smarter than they are. We're likely dumber. They're started and we should be finished. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank my wife. Over the years, and there's been many years, she's had to put up with the shenanigans, right? And there has been many nights, from my perspective, that I went home and you wouldn't even want to talk to me. And when I get up in the morning, and I've said this many times to myself, I looked in the mirror, which I have mirrors in my house, and said, I don't like what I see in the mirror, We should always practice what we preach. We should always be careful of what we preach. Okay? For the new people that are here, I thank you. You're brave people. I hope you have medication at all times available, because you're going to need it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. As been mentioned, there are many, many, many issues on the books. And I'm sure as time rolls on here, you'll get a rather large insight into, shall we say, for the old people that are here, our world. Our world is a world that sometimes for new people is very confusing. And I don't blame you for being confused. I've been confused likely for about 25 years now. So, I would like to, with respect, saying welcome aboard, and I look forward to working with you. Last but not least, and Maureen Couture mentioned this, and I would like to leave you with some food for thought. In the real world, there's right and wrong. In the municipal world of which you've entered, there's right and wrong, but there's one exception, and the exception is fairness. As long as we can recognize that word and be fair to all the people in this municipality and treat them equally, all will be well. Thank you.
And Councillor Bill Stewart.
Now we're in trouble. Thanks, Randy. First of all, I'd like to thank the ratepayers in Ward 2 for their vote, support, and trust during my campaign. And those 285 folks that didn't vote for me, you have my full support too. So we have now Ward 2. Lots of issues. I think I knocked on about 1,400 to 1,500 doors. I think Marie and I were knocking on most of the doors. And I think, in this day and age, we need to address some of the issues and concerns that they've had and want us to deal with over the next 4 years. And to make this municipality better, I'm not going to say great like Donald Trump. We're just going to make the municipality after 4 years better. And, we have to include everyone, the town folks in Tiverton, Kincardine, the rural folks in Ward 2 and 3, the seasonal folks that come up and enjoy the summers with us, the business owners that are dying for some more retail space, and of course, the people that come every year just as tourists. Now, I like to get right down into business, and you might find it a little bit awkward, but that's who I am, so we might as well start right from the top. First of all, the biggest complaint I heard was taxes. And, out of the 1,400 people I knocked on the door, probably about 1,390 were talking tax, and the rest of them sent me a note afterwards. So we have to be careful. We have to take the responsibility. We've seen our tax increases going up about 25% in the last 4 years. We need to have a little bit stronger discipline around that. I think that's why things have changed a little bit looking around the table. So I'm not going to be like, George Bush that said, read my lips, there'll be no new taxes. But we need to do a better job around that tax budgeting. Secondly, infrastructure. Hi, Adam. Let me tell you, I've been reading reports for the last month, and there's a lot of reports to read. And the latest report is called AMP, Asset Management Plan. Our infrastructure between the roads, bridges, beaches, culverts, ditches, trails, airports, marines, community buildings, drainage, dumps, and parks. We need to focus on it more. I see that reading this report, Sharon, that we have a $4 million or $7 million deficit. I believe that's correct, Roxanne. Just the day-to-day to keep our things running smoothly. We're going to have to address that sooner or later. My third item, Burvey Park. Do I have to say any more? I see Liz is laughing over there. Let's make sure that's high on the priority list to make sure that we get something done in the spring. That community in Burvey Park needs a new park. The last thing is the economic development. We have invested pretty heavily in it already. I think, Roxana, it's over $5 million we sort of borrowed from ourselves. We need the whole community to work together and promote the community. We need to collect those funds ASAP through development funds. In closing, I like to quote from John F. Kennedy. Now, a few of you are too young who know John F. Kennedy. He was the 35th president of the United States, and he got shot, so I hope nothing happens. But he did say in his address, and I've changed a word or two, ask not what your community can do for you, ask what you can do for your community. We need total involvement. We need involvement from the council, we need involvement from the staff, our one employee, and plus all the ratepayers. We need to get involved to make ourselves a better community. I'd like to see a lot more community involvement. Thank you very much, and looking forward to the next 4 years.
Did you want to say a few words? No, it's okay. You'll get lots more if you want to. I was just wondering if our one employee wants to say a few words. I didn't ask her before, but she might want to give a few words of welcome.
Well, I haven't prepared anything either, but I've been around the block for a long time, so impromptu is fine with me too. I would like to congratulate all of you on your appointment to council. I do look forward to the next 4 years. I agree, we are ripe with opportunity. I think the strategic plan will be a top priority, and I'm looking forward to working with you and the community to determine our vision over the next 4 years. I have asked all of you for meetings, so I look forward to getting to know you personally, and I think we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but we can really move the bar. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So now, speaking of pecuniary interest, does anybody have a declaration tonight for the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we move to the adoption of the minutes of the regular and special meetings of council.
Moved by Dave Kyler, seconded by Bill Stewart, that the minutes of the council meeting held on November 21, 2018 be adopted as printed.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? And that carried. Does anybody have a notice of motion tonight? Seeing none, we move to 9.1, which is the council appointment bylaw.
You have to announce who is to be appointed. Because that's not.
Well, we're okay. Well,
that wasn't published in the bylaw.
All right. So we have a bylaw to appoint the Committee of the Whole and Saugeen Valley Conservation Authority. We, because of their meetings, we have to appoint 2 people to Saugeen Valley Conservation Authority tonight. And so the 2 people that we are recommending are Councillor Couture and Councillor Stewart. Okay? So we have a motion now.
So it's moved by Marie Wilson, seconded by Bill Stewart, that the council appointment 2018 bylaw be read a first, second, and third time, finally passed, and numbered as bylaw number 2018-134.
Do we have to change the seconder? No, it's fine. All right. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? None, so that carried. And already we are to members of council general announcements. And if you have anything, this is a time if you have something from the community to report, an event, or it's not for regular council business. Okay, I'll start with Deputy Mayor Wilson.
Nothing for me this evening, thanks.
All right. Councillor Kyler.
Nothing for me either.
Councillor Couture.
Nothing.
Councillor Stewart.
I always have something to say. A couple of things. The Lions Club in Tiverton is sponsoring their senior dinner this Friday, I believe at 7 p.m. And it's an invite only, but it's a great event. I think there's over 200 people that attend. So I'm hoping that if you need to attend, it's an invite only. You need to get in touch with Ida McTee. So that's one thing. Second of all, thank you very much once again for allowing me to be on the Saugeen Conservation. I actually attended the open house last night in the Davidson Center. It wasn't overly attended, but they have some wonderful aerial drawings now that I think we're going to be able to share. I think, Michelle, did you get your copy of the aerial drawings yet? Okay. But I think it's very important for the ratepayers really to understand the impact of the wetlands and how it can impact future development and everything. So these things will be available in our office and also online through the website. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Ruppel.
No.
Councillor Haight.
Trivia on December 14th. And with special guest hosts, Keith Colley and his wife Lana and Dan Wigan. So Legion Trivia, December 14th, if that's the Friday, and it is. Come on out.
And Councillor Kennedy.
The Lions Club, Kincardine Lions Club, run a Christmas dinner on December the 16th at Boston Pizza. Just get a hold of any Kincardine Lions Club member. That's it. Thank you.
And this weekend is the Kincardine Community Singers Concert. At the Sunday afternoon is already sold out, but I think there were still tickets for Saturday night, and it's always lovely to hear Christmas music in good harmony. That's what I like. So thank you, everybody. I think we've had a great inaugural meeting tonight, and I would especially like to thank our clerk, Donna Wilson, for her work. No, Donna McDougall. Sorry, I'm looking at Marie. Donna McDougall. And also our CAO for their work and the rest of the staff. So we'll have the confirmatory bylaw, but before we have it, you're welcome to stay after and mingle and meet people. And it looks like there's some treats at the back. Okay, Donna.
Moved by Laura Haight, seconded by Bill Stewart, that the bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine of December 5, 2018 be deemed to be read a first, second, and third time, finally passed and numbered as bylaw number 2018-135.
All in favor? None opposed, that carried, and we have the motion to adjourn.
Moved by Maureen Couture, seconded by Randy Ropel, that this council adjourn at 5:48 p.m.
All in favor? None opposed. Let's have a great evening, everybody. Thank you. Sorry, I was looking.
I know. Don't worry, I called.